boss. We are rolling.
Hi, this is Robin Curry. I'm here at Paramount Studios talking to Entertainment Tonight's John Tesh. Hey, John.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good, good.
Let's start off with talking a little bit about E.T. You know, they compare our show to an Entertainment Tonight meets Much Music.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, see, now we sit on a plastic desk with a blue screen behind us, and there's no set at all. Is yours like that?
We have no set, but we run out in the field everywhere.
Yeah, we don't do that. It's too hot here to run out in the field.
Too hot to run. So you've been with Entertainment Tonight since, what, 1986?
Since 1986, yeah. I'm finishing my 8th season.
And how do you like it? Has it been good to you?
Oh, it's been great. Yeah, the first couple of years were unusual and different for me because I came from a news and sports background, and I literally came off the Tour de France bike race in France, and as an announcer there, and then came right to Paramount to do ET as a host. I really wasn't used to doing it, so I guess I was sort of stiff, to say the least, when I first started. And the whole entertainment thing is a lot different than interviewing sports personalities.
But you mentioned Tour de France. You also composed a theme for that, didn't you?
Well, yeah, we did about 3 hours of programming a weekend during the 4 weeks that the Tour de France happens, all around the hexagon of France. And so I was responsible for announcing it, writing the copy for it, and also doing all the music. So it was a little more than just a theme. We had to do all the background music too. So we had a whole bunch of synthesizers, and not a piano, but synthesizers and various keyboards and computers in a van, and we followed the race around from town to town. It taught me how to write very quickly.
So if you had a preference between composing music or being the host of Entertainment Tonight, talk show host, which would it be?
It would certainly be music, because that's what I really grew up doing and what I was trained for. The whole ET thing or communications media thing happened as a lark, really, when I was in college. So if I had to choose between them, fortunately I don't, but if I had to, I would probably choose music. Eventually that might happen, but right now the ET job allows me, I'm off at 1 o'clock every day, so it allows me to do other things. I don't work as hard as someone like yourself.
Running around the country, right. So you have a new CD out called Sax. Sorry.
See, that's what you're supposed to do in your mind.
called Sax by the Fire, and it's a John Tesh project. Who are your guest musicians on it?
Well, this is most of my music is instrumental in nature, and they're mostly piano-based tunes with orchestra or with a full band. And this is an album that was really the idea of my wife, Connie Celica, who is a big saxophone fan. And she said, "Why don't you put sax on your albums?" And I said, "Well, it's good because I don't want to travel a saxophone player with me, and I don't really, understand the saxophone. I understand the piano." So she said, "Well, your saxophone is like this really, it's a sexy instrument." So I said, "Okay, fine, here you go." And so I took 12 songs and put them together on one album. The songs that you would recognize, all covers, like "End of the Innocence" or "Wind Beneath My Wings" and "Desperado" and things like that, and used 6 of the best sax players in the country. And it turned out to be like what I call the ultimate makeout record. So that's really and that's what the John Tesh project is. It's not. I'm not doing anything other than just providing executive producing chores.
Executive producing chores. Out of all the songs that you have composed, though, which would be your favorite?
I'd probably have to say. I have different ones that are favorites for different reasons. When I was doing the Tour de France, there are songs that remind me of being back there and staying up all night every night and writing music under duress. And then there are the songs that I've written for my family. There's a song I wrote for my wife called Conchetta, and so there are times, like there are nights when I'll sit down and I'll play Conchetta. And remember, those days when we were courting, and then there will be times when I'll remember, wanting to get on a bicycle and listen to, Road Made for Animals, or one of those songs from the Tour de France album.
Speaking about when you were courting your wife, I heard that you stood her up on your first date.
Now, where did you hear that? I thought this would never get out. Yeah, what happened was I was in Palm Springs, which is about 2.5 hours from where we are now in Los Angeles. And I went there to do something with Lisa Gibbons, one of my co-hosts on ET. And I showed up at this health club in the hotel, and there was only one other person in there, and it was Connie. And she was on a bicycle, exercise bike, and she had headphones on. So I pretended I didn't see her, right? And how can you miss this woman? So I'm over there doing sit-ups, and I wasn't going to say anything to her because I figured I'd just get shot down like every other guy who would go talk to her. So I went to, this is the story that I have to tell now because you busted me. I would tell a different story if you hadn't said I stood her up. So I'm about to walk out, and she says, "John, is that you?" And I said, "Oh, Connie, how you doing?" Pretending I hadn't really seen her, you know. So I basically, I wanted to ask her out, but sorry, this is such a long story. I wanted to ask her out, but didn't have the guts. So I went back up to my room, and I took a CD of the Tour de France, and I wrote a note saying, "Since you like to listen to music while you ride the bike, why not listen to music that was written for the greatest bike race on earth, the Tour de France? Call me, and maybe we'll get a drink." So she contacted me and said, "You know, what about Friday? Will you be back then?" And I said, "Yeah," which was 2 days later. When I came back, I was with some friends of mine, and I chickened out, and I didn't call her. And then, which is such a stupid move. Mm-hmm. But then I tried to contact her afterwards for 2 months afterwards, and she wouldn't return my phone call. And I talked her into doing an interview with me, much like this, for another show. And then I asked her out, like basically on the air. So then she went out with me. She's still pissed off to this day.
For the first day.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't think I stood her up, but she thinks I did.
So you're going to be a father.
Yeah.
You must be excited.
I'm excited, and it sort of hit me this weekend when it was in the middle of the night, and Connie, whose stomach is out to like about here right now. She's 7 months. The rest of her is fine, but there's like something has taken over her stomach. And she rolled over. We were in bed. And she rolled over, and her stomach was on my hand, and I started feeling this twitching, and I thought it was just like her stomach muscles or something. And she goes, "Did you feel that?" And I said, "What?" She said, "Did you feel that?" And it was the baby kicking. And so now it's very real for me. Because you never know, she could have gas or something, and her stomach could be distended that way. But the fact that there's actually a thumping going on in there, and when we saw the ultrasound too, it's beautiful. Yeah, my life is going to change, but I've never had a kid before, so I'm looking forward to it.
So are you one of those people who want to be surprised at the sex of the baby?
Yes, yeah. We decided we wanted to be surprised by the sex of the baby. And then when we had our amnio, when we found out that all the genes were all in the right order and everything, somebody knew, right? But we said we don't want to know. So now there's a lab technician and a bunch of people who know what my baby is, but I don't know. So now I want to know, but no one will tell me.
But what are you hoping for?
You know, I guess I'm probably secretly hoping for a boy, because I'm afraid, only because I'm afraid that if it's a girl, that I'll spoil the hell out of her, and then I'll have to buy a shotgun.
And chain her in the basement.
Exactly. Now, see, wasn't your father jealous of every boy you ever went out with? Every young man?
I have 2 daughters.
Oh, you have 2 daughters?
Yes, I do.
Ah.
So I know about the chaining in the basement is about to start in a couple of years.
Well, I figure pepper spray and a shotgun and maybe a couple of stun guns, and they won't want to come by if it's a girl. Yeah.
So let's talk a minute about your short term as a talk show host.
Yeah. Yeah, this was, would you like to phrase it in the form of a question, or should I just go for it?
Go for it.
This is, it was called the John and Lisa Show.
Yes.
It's now called the Lisa Show, and I loved doing this show. It was a variety show, basically. I'm a big fan of shows like Ed Sullivan and even Regis and Kathy Lee in those shows, and it was fun to do. You know, we were interviewing celebrities, which I know how to do, and there was a lot of musical acts, which I would get to play with. And we just basically had a good time, but NBC decided that the ratings weren't, stupendous. It was actually getting better, but they don't give you much time these days. I mean, you watch CBS, for example, who will cancel a show after maybe 3 episodes, or even 1 episode. They've done that. So we just hadn't gelled yet, and they decided they wanted a show that was, more like what's doing well, which is Sally Jesse and Maury and all the rest of those shows. And so that's the show that Lisa's doing right now, and I don't know if that's the show she wants to do, but I can't speak for her. But that is the show that she's doing right now, and it's doing fine. But I do miss it, and I think it has. I think it's happened for a reason, because I don't know when, being a father and going out and touring every weekend as I do now, I don't know when I'd have time to do that. At least that's the line that I'm using now, is that it happened for a reason. It's easier than saying, yes. I failed.
So there won't be the John Tesh talk show, will there?
Well, you know who wants to do a talk show, folks, is Connie, my wife, and she is great at it. She's an Oprah. She's terrific at it, and she would love to do a variety show, the two of us together, and I just don't. I'm not ready for it. You know, I'm having too much fun doing what I'm doing now. I'm still stinging from that other foray into daytime television, and I'm just having a good time.
Well, you do a lot of infomercials, don't you?
We've done one.
Oh.
My wife and I did.
I've seen them a lot.
Yeah, it seems like it's like 5 of them, doesn't it? Yeah, my wife and I do this thing for these Gary Smalley tapes, which are relationship videos, and it's sort of like how to communicate with each other. And we've taken his seminar many times, and we know him, and so it seemed like the perfect match for us. But they do air them a lot, and a rather popular shock jock, Howard Stern, who used to be a friend of mine, has said on many occasions, you know, what do these people, and he's right, what do these people know about relationships? They've been married for 2 years, and he's married to the most beautiful woman in the world. What kind of problems can they have? So he's right. You know, I'm very lucky, and we don't have any problems just yet.
So you were going to play a tune for us.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
That's what
what would you like?
I'd like to hear something off your new album.
Well, we don't have a sax player here, so
Oh, that's right.
how about something from Winter Song?
Sure.
All right. This is a song that I've never played, certainly not on videotape, but I've never told the story to. We play it in concert, but I never tell what it's about. It's a story called, it's a song called Dear Unknown, which is, can you guess what it's about?
Something that's unknown.
Very good.
Hey,
well, you hired the right host for this job.
That's right. It's about
It's
about your secret admirer.
Dear Unknown?
Sure.
It's about a baby we lost, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, we lost a baby in August, and we didn't know what it was, male or female, so it's Dear Unknown.
That was beautiful.
It's a short version. Thank you.
Well, Gary, let's do our B-roll.
Want me talking?
Yes, please.
Okay. We do a really unusual show, which, Scott, you really haven't seen this show, I don't think.
No, I'm going to Houston. I haven't
Yeah.
seen this.
Oh, you are going to Houston.
Yeah.
Cool. Do we have reservations for you and everything?
Not yet.
You better get them now.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, you know why? Because they'll be about 5 times as expensive if we don't have them now.
I'll do it. No, you know what? Well, I'll take care of it.
Okay. Yeah, call Chris today.
Okay.
Anyway, it's evolved into more of a variety show than anything because we do music from all 8 of the albums, and now we do take a sax player with us. But everybody is wireless, so they can just go anywhere in the hall, whatever it happens to be, a club or a hall. And in the middle of the show, we take a 5-minute break, and we dress in leather pants, 5 of it, lederhosen, Swiss leather pants, and we bring out the instruments of our youth. I used to play trombone, the violin player used to play saxophone, the guitar player used to play French horn, and the bassist played tuba. So we get out.
Yeah.
But the band is killer. I mean, I'm the worst player in the band. They've got We have an electric violin player, bass and drums and guitar, and this 24-year-old female sax player who's just killer. And then we have and percussion, but the electric violin player he's a monster. He has his own album out too.
There was yeah.
And then when she started playing, of course, and Arsenio had her on several times.
Yes, that's where I saw her.
She is a tremendous, and you could listen to her play and not, because a saxophone is an unusual instrument for a woman to play. I mean, you'd accept a woman playing piano maybe or cello, but not necessarily trumpet or saxophone. And when you get used to that, you know what I mean? I mean,
anything she has to put her mouth on, right? I was thinking of that.
It's funny. It's the furthest thing from my mind.
You can touch her fingers,
Well, Robin, I see. Yes. Wait, is the other foot available? I'm not sure you really put your foot in your mouth. I think it's probably me. So, have a copy of that to take home with me?
Good Lord, this is. I gotta sit in the same plane with her.
Are you leaving this afternoon?
Oh yeah.
Would you like something like,
Seriously, because sports fans, I'm talking about. Whenever we would go do an event, and a Canadian would be on the ice, let's say it was Underhill Martini or even the downhillers, I don't know if you remember these guys, Steve Podborski and Ken Reed, the killer downhillers. I used to do all that downhill stuff. The crowd would go nuts, and then when an American would get up there, it would be sort of like, But the Canadians are always just rabid fans. Maybe it comes from the ice hockey.
I don't know. I think they do. Like, I'm from San Bernardino. You can play his theme too.
Metro Cafe?
Metro Cafe.
So, and you're watching Metro Cafe?
You're watching Metro Cafe. We'll be right back.
Oh, we'll be right back?
To your segment, yes. That's how we go into people segments. We do a
Okay.
bump to it.
Do you want me to say from Entertainment Tonight?
Yeah. Say where you're from.
Okay, I am going.
Hi, this is John Tesh from Entertainment Tonight. You're watching Metro Cafe. We'll be right back. I forgot that part. Okay. What I like is when you get on the radio, people go, okay, just say this is John Tesh and you're listening to CKLW. Yours in the morning with Bob and Beanie. It's like, can I get a pen? It's like 5:30, right? May I get a pen, please? Right. And hello, whenever I'm in town, I listen to. Here we go.
All right, we're up to speed.
Hi, this is John Tesh from Entertainment Tonight. You are watching Metro Cafe, and we will be right back.
That was very good.
Want to do a straight one?
No, we don't do any of things straight. I was surprised you did that. I was going to tell you there should be more
Go ahead.
women who didn't play the piano. They don't play the piano.
Are you married?
Yeah, I am.
I can say, is your husband still alive?
Oh, yeah.
What am I supposed to do? I say.
Start on that. Okay, back a little, Robin.
Yes.
Just a little bit glare. There. Okay, that's good. Right there.
Okay, so what am I saying now?
Okay, Robin, tilt it down a bit. Okay, right there. That's perfect for glare. And we're rolling.
Hi, this is Rob McCrary. We're going to be talking to John Tesh. Sax by the fire.
Okay,
You ready?
A little bit of glare there, Robin.
Just a slight bit. Just a slight
Right
bit.
there. Okay, we're rolling.
Hi, this is Rob McCrary. We're going to be talking to John Tesh. We're Entertainment Tonight and previewing his new album, Sax by the Fire.
Sax, S-A-X, Sax by the Fire.
Sax by the Fire.
I love this thing. What is this? What the hell? If I stand like this, will it be right?
That's the Gary Camp.
It's a Gary Camp. They do. They won't let me use the tripod.
Gary.
Okay, you want me to give my name?
By Robin and carrying on.
Okay, we are rolling.
Hi, this is John Tesh from Entertainment Tonight. Catch me this Saturday on Metro Cafe on TV 12.
We're rolling for audio.
CKLG.
CKLG.
Okay.
Okay.
Just give it to me one more time. Is it a call letter?
It's 7:30 CKLG.
7:30, okay. 3, 2, 1. Hi, this is John Tesh from Entertainment Tonight. You're listening to 7:30 CKLG.